sounds like I'm retarded.
Don't worry.
Really, fucker?
I myself refer to me as a fat gay retard, so don't feel left out. I'm a fat gay retard, okay? No.
I didn't even say gay. I said fat.
I know, I'm a fat gay retard, so like I'm 2 of your 3. Well, yeah. You're 2 of my 3, sorry. Alright. Now, to be honest, like, I don't know what's gonna make you guys laugh. Like, I'm not from here. We grow up doing all the cool shit that people get to do in Pasco County as kids, you know? Like, I've never wrestled an alligator, and I've never been kicked out of Publix. I never got to star on an episode of Live PD. And I've never done meth on purpose. And I never Narcan either of my parents, and I was not raised by my grandparents. So like, me and my neighbors, we don't really get along well. I've been trying to find things that, you know, we can relate to. I have found one thing that we have in common is I do like taking my grandparents to the strip club. They do as well, because my grandma, she's always got like a bunch of ones on her, and we have a really good time, and we try to support my sisters as much as possible.
Oh my God, yeah! Alright!
So, yeah. I've been having some trouble at work, and I'd rather not lose my job, so instead I just write really nasty jokes about it. You see, with my job, I get sent to work with Greek people a lot. This gentleman said he was Greek. Is there any other Greeks here in the building tonight? Where are my Greeks at? All right, if you're Greek and you're under the age of 45, there is a very good chance that I fucking hate your parents. You see, I have like a prejudice that I'm starting to build against Greek small business owners. They're really rude and mean and nasty to me, and they're always trying to get me in trouble. Like, they're always calling my boss and saying ridiculous shit. They're very cheap. They're always trying to rip me off. But at the end of the day, like, I get, like, yeah, they invented democracy, but I think they might have invented pedophilia as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they didn't invent it, they were at least trying to make it cool, and that's not cool. I'm definitely against that. Like, if there's one thing you take out of this, don't fuck kids. You know what I'm saying, guys? So, the thing is, there's this one lady in particular, and she's always trying to get me in trouble. She's calling my boss, making complaints and stuff like that. And she has the breath of like a 15-year-old chihuahua that only eats cat shit. So I'm like, lady, I'm not even getting close enough to smell you, so what are you saying that I'm doing so wrong to you? I've done nothing wrong to you. But the thing is, I would never put my hands on a woman, but I do like to find a way to get revenge one way or another. So if you can't tell by my mustache, I hang out at the local middle school pretty often, and I recruited a couple young lads to be like my little soldiers, and I give them cat poop, and we walk over to this lady's restaurant, and we smear cat poop underneath the door hinges of all her employees' cars and the doors coming into the place. And then also a couple times a week, we'll call in and order like 8 pizzas and then never show up to pick them up. So I think I'm feeding the homeless by doing that, because she should be giving away those pizzas, but I'm pretty sure she's just greedy and putting it in the fridge for the next day as a slice. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably worried about those kids, but don't worry. They are well compensated, okay? I pay the middle schoolers and everything that a middle schooler wants nowadays, which is PBR tall boys, Camel Crush cigarettes, and then bullets for the guns that they already have. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm on an ATF watch list nowadays, but we'll move on from that. Now, in Michigan, is weed cool? Is pot cool? I feel like most of my neighbors have moved on to fentanyl, but is weed still pretty cool in circles around here?
Your neighbors.
Good, yeah. They're a little iffy. But in Michigan, I worked on a pot farm. I worked there for a long time. I worked for my best friend's uncle. And he was like one of the good uncles, not one of those can you keep a secret uncles and then you wake up with a thumb in your ass. No, he was cool. He was always like giving good advice and, you know, buying us beer and stuff like that. And he's had, the best way to describe him is as like a crazy redneck. Now, I don't know if that word's cancelable yet. I'm sure someone in the back is like, hey, motherfucker, I resent that word, and I apologize. But that's the best way to describe him, is as a crazy redneck. His house is halfway between a PETA member's nightmare and an outdoorsman's dream. Like, he's got the coolest property you can imagine. It's a bunch of acres of land. He's got all types of fishing equipment, hunting equipment. He's got boats, he's got RVs, he's got ATVs. He's got labs, he's got chocolate labs, he's got yellow labs, he's got dab labs, he's got meth labs. There might even be a gain of function research lab on this dude's property, if you know what I'm saying. But hey, I'm no snitch. But I love working for this guy, but the thing about me is I fucking hate wearing pants. I hate wearing pants with a passion. And in order, I decided I wanted to move to Florida so I don't have to wear pants anymore. But in order to do that, I had to be able to pay for myself and provide for myself down here. And how does an uneducated, degenerate piece of shit like myself be able to buy a house in Florida? I found if you're not fully like the R word, you can get your Class A CDL pretty easy. So that's what I did, was I went and I got my Class A CDL. But I had to break the news to my great mentor and employer, this crazy redneck I've been working for 10 years. And I said, hey man, fuck wearing pants, I'm moving to Florida. And he looks me up and down and he says, how are you going to do that? And I said, I'm going to drive a semi-truck down there. And this guy, he thinks he knows everything. He thinks he's like a hillbilly Nostradamus. He's always like making predictions and saying he knows the future. He's like, oh yeah, I guarantee you, within your first 6 months of driving a truck, these 4 things are going to happen to you. 1, you are going to get an STD from a lot lizard. That's a hooker at a truck stop. I had to Google it. 2, you're going to gain over 50 pounds. 3, you are going to have hemorrhoids hanging out your ass this long. And 4, you're going to fucking kill somebody. You're going to run somebody off the road and end their fucking life. Now, that guy might think that he knows everything and he knows it all. He's making these predictions, but I could proudly stand in front of all of you and say, hey, I only gained 45 pounds, so fuck him. Thank you guys. Tip your bartenders. I'm having a great night.
Oh, Sean Guest, one more time, everybody. Sean Guest, oh my God. Seaside.